Welcome back to the James and Jaden Real Estate Podcast, where we talk a little bit about real estate and whatever else that comes up. Obviously, you see Jaden is not here because he's in Florida. I'm actually here with Caleb from Knoxville. Round of applause for Caleb. Yay. Caleb happens to come into town to, they brought two of his employees, and they're here to learn a little bit more. And I figured this would be a good chance to get Caleb on the camera and chit chat. So, how's it going, Caleb?
Oh, swell. Glad to be here.
So, what do you think of the weather here?
It's hot. It should be.
You guys, it's end of September right now, and I want to say it's probably 85 degrees outside. But I'm wearing a hockey jersey, so yeah, I'm preparing myself for winter.
That's right.
Share us a little bit about your background before you joined us, and then what drew you to real estate.
Sure. I learned, let's see here, probably like a lot of people, read or listened to Rich Dad Poor Dad.
I definitely read it.
That's right. But mine was more so like my wife and I got kidnapped and were forced to listen to Rich Dad Poor Dad as we drove to DC.
Okay.
Right? So one of my good friends, we were going to DC, and he was like, "Hey, look, I'm going to drive you there, and while we're going, we're going to do some learning." My wife hated it; she was pissed off. But
She's like, "I'm going to go on a vacation, but now you want me to learn
right.
stuff?"
we listened to Rich Dad Poor Dad all the way to DC, and he would stop and talk to us about it, and then he took us. This was before Trump office, and then all winery, and that was like the culmination of the whole Rich Dad Poor Dad thing. So anyways, that's kind of how we got into it.
Okay.
And started buying properties in Virginia and selling them and whatnot, and realized the markets were changing. We wanted to develop some things quicker, and realized another company wasn't going to work that we wanted to go with. We won't name names.
I think there's a caveman in it.
Yeah, there might be a caveman in it.
Yep.
And
funny, I've had the same conversation many times.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And so we went back to the drawing board. I don't know how far you want me to go into that story right now.
No, go ahead. Yeah, we got time. Let's.
So pretty much we were set on we're going to go into real estate. I was a fireman, and I was like, look, we gotta produce for our family, and the Lord just absolutely shut the door on what we were going to, the caveman route. And
I love that.
Just shut the door.
Yep.
And man, I went back to the drawing board, and
when did you actually run into my?
Well, it was after this door got shut.
Okay.
I was talking to people, and they're like, "You need to look into Investor Machine," and I started looking into Investor Machine, got it confused with Investor Fuel, there was a podcast that said 200 fireman buys 200 houses a year. I was like, all right, this is my chance. All right, I'm a fireman. This mentions a fireman. They tend to stick together, but I didn't want to listen to the podcast at all, so I didn't. I skipped straight to the end.
Don't skip to the end unless you want to call me. You can skip to the end, but
I
yeah.
skipped straight to the end, didn't listen to it. Who cares about what he had to say?
Right.
But I figured he might give his contact information, and sure enough he did, and which was you. And so reached out, and then you were kind enough to respond. So
I think you hit it on the head. I think being a firefighter, there's that different bond. We know the different training that people have gone through, and just some of the different things that he's seen, that I've seen, that maybe the general public hasn't seen. So I don't know. It seems like we all we want to help each other.
Yeah, that's right.
No matter what.
Yeah,
as soon as I find out you're a firefighter, I'm like, all right, he's in, because he believes he trusts in me, and I trust in him right out of the gate. So
right, you got an instant connection for sure. So that was the hope, and it worked out.
So what was your what was your biggest hesitation on like signing that dotted line? Like when I came to you and said, hey, we have this licensee thing that I want to run by you. What do you think about it? Mm-hmm. And I mean, what was you had to be coming like, what the hell is this guy talking about? Yeah. Can you really help us out? Can you really get us to the next level?
Yeah.
Where was that trust in there? Is that still the firefighter thing, or was that again now just meeting the team?
Yeah, I think honestly, for me, I was looking at spending a lot of money somewhere else, and so I was already convinced of joining in with a group, to be honest. You know,
Okay.
I think a lot of people are like, no, I don't want to do it. I was already convinced of joining in with a group because I think you do something with people, you'll go much further than
Yep.
you would by yourself. And so I was already convinced of that. I think, financially there was better options going this route. But then also once you kind of get to know the folks and meet the team, I think I was pretty comfortable after spending some time on the phone with you and Jaden, jumping in and giving it a shot. So I was willing. I was ready.
Yeah, you definitely were. So one of the things, Jaden and I just did a really neat podcast about, about the licensees and how it all came to be. We kept going. If we would have bought into something like this if there was something like this to buy into. Now you're saying, what about the caveman, right? I mean, because there is other ones you can buy in. But some of those, when you start looking, they're taking so many fees from everybody. I thought
right.
what I wanted to do is, I wanted you to run your business, I'm going to run my business. But I wanted you to have that support of when you needed support.
Right.
And so we build it's a collaboration of everything that we do. Like, again, we were just upstairs looking over a couple of your properties, and you're taking my opinion on a lot of these things, because that's what we've done.
Yeah.
So it's a collaboration of understanding, we do different things, we try new things. You guys, hey, do they work? Do they work? Yeah. Okay, we're gonna go try them. Mm-hmm. So I think that's the main, is we're all doing this together.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, the collaboration is key. And that, I think for us, a lot of it comes down to, look, why learn a lot of these things the hard way? Why not, join in with other folks that can.
Well, here's a really good one. What challenges have you faced in real estate, and how has the system helped you through them? So I don't know if you got an example of, like, because you're part of a system, you probably get a question answered probably a lot quicker, I bet,
Yeah.
than trying to figure it out yourself.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, there's always an open door. There's always an open door to be able to call and ask questions. At this point, we call less than what we did in the beginning. But now when we call, it's because, hey, look, we got an issue, or we got something we got to figure out, and we need to figure it out quickly, and you guys are available to answer those questions. But I think a problem that we struggled with in the beginning was dispo properties. I mean, a simple thing, right?
Right.
In the or once you kind of get to the point where you guys are at, it's like, oh, how you dispo property? It's simple. You do this, this, this. But where we were at last year, it was like, okay, we have these properties under contract. How do we dispo them? I was like, well, you had a few answers, and boom, we were dispoing properties pretty easily, pretty quickly. So I mean, even just something as foundational as dispo, we didn't know how to do, but the answers are simple. We were able to come to you guys and get some guidance and dispo properties.
Right. Can you share a win that you're most proud of since joining us? I mean, is there anything that's like, was it your first big one, or was your first like grand slam, or like, man, these guys told us, to do it this way, and wow, we made it. Maybe was there a hotel one that you did, or I don't know, maybe.
Yeah. I think a moment we were most proud of, and I'll share numbers on this one.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
And I think for us, the reason why I think we were most proud of this one is what I'd say is because, like, whoa, this actually works. Like, this was one of our very first few deals, and it was like, this is no way, like, this is actually possible. But
I'm trying to remember this, so I'm trying to get excited at the same time. I think I know what you're going to say, but keep going.
Yeah, but we had a property, and I'm really not the right person to probably be telling the story, but we had a property that Brad and DL went to check it out, and it just was terrible. It was a terrible property, and falling apart.
Sometimes those are the best ones.
They're offering to make Brad and DL grilled cheeses. They're wanting to spend their time there and hang out. But they ended up getting it under contract for $10,000.
This is the one that yes, keep going. This is good. This is perfect.
Like, we had it. We didn't even know how to wholesale. Like, we didn't know, so we bought it. Which it's $10,000. It's not.
I do remember you.
Hold on.
I do remember getting a phone call. What do we do?
Yeah, that's right.
James, do we buy it or do we not buy it?
Yeah.
Hold on. can you get more than, is it worth more than $10,000? Yeah, it's totally more, then buy it.
Yeah.
Just buy it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Right, but keep going with the
So-
story. This is good.
So we bought the property, and then it was like, all right, well, cool. We got this property. What are we gonna do with it now? We had some people go look at it, see about fixing it, and it was gonna be a huge rehab. I was like, man, we don't want to do that. But we got an offer for 20 grand. And
I remember you guys
was
made the
like-
phone call. You
I
made the
was-
phone call.
That's right. I was like, we should take it, guys. It's 100% return. Why wouldn't we take that? All day long. And Brad and DL were, I don't know. And so we put it on Facebook, and we ended up selling it for 50 grand.
Right.
And so for our very first ever deal, it's really, we made 40 grand on it.
And that's pretty awesome because, again, what you did, you guys called up. I remember Brad calling up. It's like, you got to do it. You have to do it.
Yeah.
So he's like, hey, should we just sell it to the guy for, like you said, we just made 100% of the profit. I'm like, dude, somebody's going to pay 20. Who's going to pay 30? Somebody's going to pay 30. I bet they're going to pay 40. And I want to, and then you ended up getting 50. And tell them the biggest thing that you got on it. What's the biggest thing you got? You don't even know.
A learned lesson.
No. I thought you had. It's a learned lesson, right? But no. What I was talking about is you got all those people to get on your buyers list now.
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah,
not?
that's right.
I mean, that was the biggest thing, and so that's why I always tell people is like I told you guys to buy it originally for the 10 because it was only 10.
Right.
And then no one was going to go around you. Because I knew that if you're going to buy it for 10, you're probably going to get even more. And you thought 10 more was going to be more. No, I mean, we ended up making big 40K on it. Right. But I want to say you had 40 to 50 potential buyers now on your buyers list because of that.
Yeah. I mean, that was definitely the beginning. So we did.
I don't. Maybe you don't remember that.
We hardly have.
So I guess one of the biggest things that was pretty cool for me is you guys having the trust in us to, or even, I'm just going to say me, that you literally go, all right, this is what James says, we're going to turn around and do it, and then you guys made money. I'm like, that's pretty. It feels good on my side.
You at work too.
Yeah, right. no, it's like. It's telling people, I know all of this. I know it's going to work, but it's, again, you guys, you still have your 5% that doesn't work. Right? I mean, we have a property that we're doing a case study that we bought last year. We finally sold it. We probably lost 20K. Okay? And it literally 100%, we're putting it all together. It wasn't because of anything that we underwrote wrong. It was because all the extra stuff in there. People don't realize you're dealing with cities that have inspections. Mm-hmm. And if those inspections don't go right, or somebody didn't pull a permit before you guys bought the house, or we bought the house. And that's exactly what happened. The city kept coming back and said, you need to put more money into this house. And we had to, just to get out of it. Right. So here we thought we were gonna make 30. We ended up spending, 40 more than we wanted to, but those are the downsides of flipping a house. You know, you don't have any control over it.
Right.
And that it happens every once in a while. Knock on wood. It's happened. Well, this is the second one under my regime of watching something. But one year we lost 18 of them, and it wasn't a good year.
Right.
That because somebody else was there. But it happens.
Right, absolutely.
And so when you're trying to tell somebody, hey, this is how it should work, and it works that way, it's even better.
Right.
So again, we're really appreciative of you guys and trusting in us, trusting in my team. I think you guys probably talk to my team more now than you talk to me.
Right.
Which I think is good.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you only know so much.
Well, it's true. Thank you. I only know so much. You're absolutely correct. So here, let me dive into this iPad here. I know I got a couple more questions.
And I do want to say real quick, you're talking about losing money, and
yep.
I think anyone that gets into this business will understand that you will lose money at some point. I mean, I'm sure there's someone out there that's never lost a dime on a flip.
And they're lying. They're lying.
But I mean, dude, to be honest, we've lost 50 grand on one. I mean, that one hurt. I mean, we've not been around that long either. But here's the lesson learned, I think.
That's all I want to know. It's like, what did you learn on it, and how do you not do it?
And I don't think I made clear, but there's 3 owners, for folks that are listening. So I think sometimes we can get just in our own circle. We can say, the 3 of us can figure it out. But I think sometimes what we fail to do, or what we were failing to do, with some of these properties that we were unsure of, is, well, hey, let's reach out to the people that are here to support us and get their opinion and their advice, because, we know we can send you all the pictures and, the PPFs and, work through some of these things, and we maybe could have saved some serious dollars too.
So you're saying that you could have asked more questions?
We could have asked way more
Really?
questions. Oh,
That's
yeah.
wow. No. Again, we're always here. I struggle with that because I'm a question person. I ask a lot of questions. I guess I know we talked to Orlando and San Antonio, and you guys. It must just be something no one wants to pick up the phone sometimes. And again, I get it, but why not? Why not have that support? So again, I'm just letting everybody know I'm always here for anybody to have some. There's no stupid question.
Right.
Have I seen it all? No. Have I seen a lot? Yeah, right. I've seen a lot. For the most part, I can pretty much tell how something's going to go. You just tell me the scenario of everything, and then I'll tell you exactly how it's going to end. But not always. Can you share? Oh, hold on here. I just read that one. What has surprised the most about the business compared to what you expected? If that makes sense.
Let's see. What have I been the most surprised about the business? What was the least expected thing ultimately?
Right. Compared to what you expected. It's basically like the image of, did you see yourself riding in a Camaro to work and, you got your Ferrari, or whatever. Because honestly, some people get into the business, that's what they think they want.
Sure.
To me, it's a lifestyle. It's doing stuff that I enjoy to do.
Right.
And it's hanging out with people that I want to hang out with.
Right, that's right. Yeah, I think it's, on one hand, the business is definitely work. I mean, it's not easy. There's all this stuff online, wholesale or flip or do whatever, and it's going to be so great and so satisfying, and you're going to be ice fishing in Minnesota, it's going to be awesome. It can be stressful, it can be difficult, and it is difficult, it is stressful, it's a lot of work. So it's definitely not simple. Concepts are simple, but pulling it off isn't necessarily simple and easy. So on one hand, that's what I was surprised about that,
Mm-hmm.
The amount of hard work it was. But on the other hand, I think one thing I've enjoyed about Home Guys all around is it's pretty relaxed. It's not here's what everything needs to look like, and this, that, this. We have autonomy,
Mm-hmm.
but yet we are a part of a big group.
That's
And
exactly.
And so getting to even just come up, it's like, hey, can we come up? Yeah, all right, we're coming up. Or, we're gonna do some training, and we stayed at your house.
Right. I mean,
It's a big deal.
it is a big deal when you get to stay in the cave.
That's right. That's right.
Again, that's probably the support that we have. We probably give way more support, but that's who we are. We're Midwestern. We have the Midwestern values. Everybody's welcome. Come on in. We have this very long goodbye. We call it a Minnesota goodbye. It takes about 30 minutes. We say goodbye inside, then we walk to the door, we say goodbye again, and then we walk outside, then we say goodbye again.
Walk along the car to the mailbox, check the mail out.
Totally funny. That kind of goes on in the supports and systems that I have here. If you had to start alone, how different do you think your path would look versus what you have right now?
I think the answer is really simple. I mean, it would have just taken way longer to start on our own. And
Okay.
I think that was the whole reason of joining in, was how do we fast track this? Not trying to skip steps, but how do we fast track? You don't know what you don't know. All right, so turn here, turn there, turn here, boom, you're rock and roll.
Okay.
So that was the helpful part for us. It would have taken us forever to get started.
So there's people out there watching this. What advice would you give them to, considering, becoming a licensee?
Yeah. I would say, if you're looking to start something with a group of people, it's a great place to start. If you're interested in real estate, shoot, you can do it. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
I'm
right?
just kidding.
If I can do it, anybody can do it.
Yeah.
Wow, see, that's the firefighter in us, He just had open door now, so just wait for it to come. It'll come naturally.
Yeah, I mean, it's I guess the advice would be, jump in. It's a lot of fun. Do it with a group of people. That's the one question that's caught me off guard. So
No, you're good.
that's my answer.
So basically, looking back, what's your biggest benefit for joining on a personal level? Because I can think of one already. I don't know if you're going to say it, so I'm going to wait. I'm going to let you tell. Like, what's your biggest thing in personal?
Yeah, I think for me is speed, lessons. You said one thing. I'm gonna give you
No, that's perfect. Yeah.
lessons learned, speed, and man, I just like doing things with people. And so it's just genuinely like we have a group of 3, owners in our business. I personally I like doing things with people. I really do. So those would be my answers: lessons, speed, and community.
Where do you see Home Guys in the next 2 to 3 years?
Nationwide.
Nationwide. Well, I love that you said that. That's awesome. Would you be okay if anybody reaches out to us at any time that wants to talk to not you but somebody else?
Yeah.
And you're,
Yeah,
of course.
That's right. They shouldn't talk to me. You don't want to talk to me. Yeah.
One of the things that I was talking to you about, and I was asking you, what's the biggest benefit? You're not a firefighter anymore, are you?
No, that's right.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's kind of a sad one, but yeah, this is a good one too.
Yeah, it's kind of sad because again, I gave up my career and started this, and I absolutely love it. And I'll be honest with you, it was about a year. 1 year later after he started, you quit your fire gig and you're full time in Home
That's
Guys.
right. Yeah, it was, and that was a big reason for us getting into real estate. Is it just wasn't working for our family.
Does your wife like having you around more often now?
Yeah, she loves it.
See?
She loves it.
That's what it's all about right there.
Good for me.
And that's what, again, we've really made Home Guys a family-oriented business. My daughter does commercials up here with me. I swore up and down. She swore up and down. She was never going to get into the business. She's at 14, 15 years old, and all of a sudden now she's in the commercials, and then she's doing awesome. So it's a family affair in my household. Your wife's a teacher, right?
She's a teacher. Yeah.
So she's already has off in the summertime.
Yep.
So you have a little bit more freedom too to do stuff with the kids, and see, that's what it's all about. Again, as firefighters, we never get to work from home. I don't know if you guys know that. Well, actually, some firefighters do. I guess paid on call firefighters get to work from home.
Yeah, I guess I do.
I got off subject there. So otherwise, I got nothing else there for you. I hope you enjoy your trip while you're here. Hope you enjoy everything that, tonight we're going to have some cocktails and just sit around and make fun of Kristen.
There we go. I like it.
I saw the vibe there, so sorry, Kristen, we're going to give you shit. So, hey guys, thanks for joining us again. Just remember, do the right thing, the money will follow. Thank you.